Dear UAE government, I come in peace. My name is Ijoma and I'm a Nigerian. I know it's not official on any website that there's a ban on work permits for Nigerians, but I must tell you that I know a lot of people that are affected by this. I'm a social media analyst. I am not affected by this. But even in my company, they cannot hire Nigerians right now because they keep saying there's a ban on the visa. You want people to get off the streets. I know there are so many crimes in UAE that have been committed in the past by Nigerians, and you're trying to reduce your crime rates. But how do you get people off the street? How do you make people stop doing illegal stuff if you cannot help them get a legal job? How do they pay their accommodation? How do they feed if they cannot make a living a decent way? An idle man is a devil's workshop. If you keep them idle at home, they're only going to think of the other illegal ways to make money because they cannot make money legally. This is so unfair. You need to give them equal opportunities to work. And if you really don't want Nigerians in your country, then make it official. It's your country, for goodness sake. If you want to place a ban on this country, then place a ban, make it official. Don't make people suffer in silence. It's so unfair. I have people who have worked in UAE for 4 to 6 years, and they are trying to sign a new contract with another company, and it's so hard for them to sign the contract because there's a ban on the visa. They have to keep making visa change from their saved money already in UAE. And you keep saying in your trainings that you don't have to spend all your money in UAE, work in UAE, go back home and establish. How do they go back home and establish if you don't help them get a work permit and they have to keep doing visa change with their saved money? Nigerian visa change is the most expensive visa change in UAE. It's the most expensive. And you want them to keep working and making visa change with that money. How unfair is that? If you want to get people off the streets, you need to help them get a decent job. Because who will work for 6 days in a week with how tiring it is to work in UAE? Who will work for 6 days and still have time to go commit crime? Who? If you want people off the street, if you want people to stop committing crimes in UAE, give them equal opportunities so that when you want to deport people, you can deport those that couldn't work. If you don't give them opportunity to work, they won't even be able to renew those 3 months visa. They are going to have overstay in your country for a very long time, and that's how crime increases. Because when they start having overstay, companies cannot pay off those overstay. So thereby they cannot get jobs. As they are going to keep making a living however they can. So if you don't want Nigerians in your country, make it official and say, you know what, for this set, go back home and come back later. But don't keep people here suffering. UAE is very expensive. We love your country, but it's expensive.